Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a bonus reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Taurus, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Just a little bonus reading for you guys. I have now said, oh, it's just going to be a quick message, and they end up not being as quick as I'd like them to be. I'm going to take the Oracle from the Heart Path Oracle card deck and using the Radiant Wilds Tarot for your tarot spread. I hope all of you are doing well and wrapping up. Okay, that was quick. The end of the year. These cards have been pre-shuffled, so I didn't even really get a chance before this card wanted to jump out. And the message is self-protection, setting boundaries. Self-protection, setting boundaries. We see here 4 very distinct, what I believe are armadillos, and I feel like they have kind of leathery, hard shells kind of tucked away in this tree formation. So very rooted branches, trees, earth energy. See here, there are 3 ladybugs. And one of them is kind of opening up. It's rather disconcerting red eye. The color red has been very prominent in my meditations lately, in the readings. They've shown up in the mini meditations that I do. Color red just showed up for Capricorn, so it could be significant for you. This also doesn't look like a typical, I don't know what color, what animal would have red eyes. I feel like there'd probably be maybe some birds, or could be a little reptilian. I'm not sure. That could be significant. You know, honestly, if you take the eye portion out, this kind of looks like a ring, a gold ring, or at least that's what I'm perceiving. So take this all as it resonates, but the message is self-protection. And it's almost like, it's strange because if they were trying to protect themselves, they still stick out even amongst the bramble and the brush of this tree. So it's almost, maybe it's saying, stick out like a sore thumb. That's what Spirit just said. That's how you're feeling, like you stick out, and not in a way that you feel benefits you. You know, that expression, why blend in when you were born to stand out, or I'm paraphrasing that. No, I can't really remember what the expression is, but it's something like that. You understand that. You understand what it means to, you know, shine your light and be yourself and things like that. This is something different. I don't want to make anybody paranoid. I don't feel any like total fear factor here, but I do see that it's like you perceive that there are eyes that are watching, and you just want to kind of hermit away. You want to be a little bit isolated. Maybe, you know, okay. I just shuffled this and a card popped out and it was the devil. So there's no mistaking whatever it is that you are experiencing just in this moment, right? This is, just remember, you're coming to this reading and you're hearing the message that you need to hear just in this moment of time relative to you. So if you're watching this a week from when I post it, 3 years from when I post it, whenever you watch it, it's just the message that's meant for you right now here in this moment for you. Tomorrow I pull cards and they're all different cards for Taurus. So this is just getting a pulse on what it is that you're going through at the moment. Whatever it is, it's difficult. The devil represents Capricorn energy, so a fellow earth sign. So you could be dealing simply with a Capricorn. But I'm kind of reading this differently, because let's take out this snake scenario for 1 second. I mean, what is that this red, pink, black remind you of, right? It's pretty uncanny. 2 different decks. The devil is represented in so many different ways in different tarot decks. And for that synchronicity to be here, it's undeniable. At least for me. You can interpret it any way you wish, but this is it. But the path is, it's just like, are you walking towards it? Are you facing, is it face to face with, oh, you know, there's that quote, thank you, Spirit, from Batman that they want me to bring up. I think it was the first Batman with Jack Nicholson. I'm not sure. But it's just like, do you want to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I don't know why that's relevant. Maybe that's like one of your favorite movies. But even that quote suggesting the moon, Pisces energy. The moon is all about mystery and secrets. So there could be something, you know, some secret that's coming out, some, you know, and maybe it's just, it doesn't even have to do with you. Maybe it's just in your periphery, but it's just kind of plaguing you at the moment, right? It's like when we find out some not so nice piece of information about maybe somebody we love, maybe somebody we hate, maybe, you know, not that we should hate people, but sometimes it happens. And it's just like, it's heavy. It's heavy energy. Devil is all about codependency, addictions, gossip, just cycles of repeat that don't allow us any growth. Okay, so I'm just kind of a loosey-goosey reading. I'm just going with, it could be, so basically the cards I'm pulling out, I'm just pulling out a message. There's no particular order to the way that I read them for you in this bonus reading, but I asked for a clarification on the devil, and I got the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups talks about celebration, a friend group, but this is clarifying the devil. Maybe there's too much drinking happening and you're trying to lay low for a little while. Maybe you've had one too many benders, you know, maybe your friends have. You're seeing like a cycle of self-destruction, a cycle of depression amongst people in your friend group. Everybody's drinking a little too much. Like, take it as it resonates. It's so interesting too, because it's like, this is supposed to represent like kind of the reflections on water, but to me just now it looked like lava. So take that as it resonates. I don't know if anybody is watching that lives on an island, in an island country, or in a place where, you know, they're in the present moment when I'm filming this, they're having major volcanic eruptions in Iceland. There's a lot of instability on Earth at any one time, whether it's on the surface and what humans are doing, or it's underneath the surface and what Mother Gaia is herself doing, right? But whatever this devil energy is, it revolves around a friend group, a family dynamic. There are other people involved, people that you thought or have been important in some way, Taurus. Actually, you know, I realized I didn't light my candles. I was wondering why it felt so different. It's strange. I always light candles before I read, and I didn't do it for you this time. Or I didn't, and that's strange to me. Maybe because there was a lot of fire already coming out, right? So now that I've lit these 2 flames, I'm going to light some Palo Santo to just clear this energy from your aura, from your energetic body. Like, we're going to heal whatever is ailing us energetically. We're going to heal whatever is causing us any grief or alarm or anxiety. We're healing that right now, because in this present moment, all possibilities exist. You have the right to change your circumstances. Four of Wands, in order to create a stable foundation for yourself. Right? There's this, oh, interesting. There is a school bus that has stopped right in front of my bedroom window. I live on the second floor, so it's not like they can see inside, but that might have something to do with it. 13408 is on this bus. So, and one of my candles just went out. That's interesting. It was on its last leg, but I thought it would last at least another half an hour. It just went out. Let's light another one. So let me light another one. It's very strange things happening in your reading right now. Okay. I was going to say something about children, but the school bus showed up. So it kind of distracted me. There could be children involved in this scenario. 4 children involved in this scenario. But here you are trying to create something with a firm foundation, create something that, a home life that is prosperous. 4 of Wands is the 1111 card. Wands energy is fire energy, and it talks about, anytime we get fire cards, we're talking about action taking, or lack thereof. The 4 of Wands is, it's almost like there's a slight pause between action, where we can take a moment to enjoy what it is that we have built, what we have cultivated, what we have grown. 2 cards to clarify that, the 7 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. I did shuffle this deck, but these 2 cards seem to have stuck together from, I believe, the Capricorn reading, but they came out for you for a reason. 7 of Wands talks about having to perhaps defend, right? It's a little bit of a card of defensiveness. It's like you created this beautiful homestead for yourself, and now you're having to, I just heard the word justify it. Why would you have to justify your home? Maybe you moved out of a situation and people are questioning your life choices. I don't think that's any of their business, but this is why you did it, Ace of Pentacles, because Spirit presented you with a opportunity to do so. A golden opportunity, a beautiful opportunity. That's a pear-shaped diamond right there. Why wouldn't anyone go after that? Remember what I was talking about? Maybe you live on an island. That reminds me of a sunset in Hawaii, which is so beautiful. Page of Pentacles and the High Priestess are now coming out. Page of Pentacles, right? It's almost like if you moved away or out of a new situation that you are now having to explain to people for some reason, or maybe you haven't moved but you want to move, you see the opportunity to, right? It's because you want to do something new, you want to explore. You might not know if it's a good idea, right? We can never fully know. We can watch tarot, we can discern it, we can do all of our research. You could do all the research in the world, you could have all of your facts and your figures, you could have unlimited resources, and still something may just put a wrench in the system, or go even better than you could have anticipated, go better than you planned. Why not put that out there? But it doesn't happen without a sense of curiosity. And the pages all bring curiosity. Page of Pentacles especially is curiosity in the material world. This is in keeping with your element, the earth element. We're just taking a few steps up to see, because something tells us with the High Priestess, Pisces energy, something tells us that we should. Our inner guidance system, our core. The High Priestess sits at the veil between worlds. This is number 2 in the Major Arcana. So far you have 2 Major Arcana cards, the Devil and the High Priestess. These are these are contenders. See, when I put the 2 cards up, I'm getting a really weird story in my head about the mythology of these 2 cards and how they're speaking to one another right now. Because this Devil card may seem imposing, the snake may seem larger than life, but when this energy, this fear-based energy, is pitted against the High Priestess, who knows all, sees all, is very psychic, is very intuitive. She's 1 foot in the afterlife and 1 foot in the 3D. It's almost as if she took this black hole of nothingness and incorporated it into her surroundings to use as she sees fit. Is that? And this snake looks very defensive all of a sudden. And she seems very calm, cool, and collected. There's no threat here. There's no, this is the one that seems threatened to me. The Devil seems threatened. And isn't that just so? Isn't that how it should be? Yes, yes. This is how it should be. Sometimes I tell people when the Devil shows up in my readings all the time. Like if I don't do many readings for myself because it's difficult to read for myself. But when I do, the Devil seems to show up, right? Because it's just, you know, I have things I'm trying to get over and lessons I need to learn. But anytime the Devil shows up, I always just tell people, look, the Devil is in all of us just to a certain extent. That's the whole point of living this human life, is to kind of learn these lessons and figure out how to elevate ourselves. We have to start from a place of, you know, kind of needing elevation to learn the lessons, right? So I tell people, the Devil shows up, just say, I see you, Devil, go sit over there where you belong. Go sit in the corner on the floor where you belong. I see you, go sit over there. I'm doing something. I'm busy. I don't have time for you. I see you. I don't have time for you. So acknowledgement, right? And it's part of like the ego cycle. It's like the Devil keeps everybody in fear. That's what the ego does. And so it's just like, okay, I acknowledge that I have this addiction or this codependency or this fear surrounding something. I acknowledge that. I'm actively working to listen to my intuition, listen to my inner core, understand who I am, do the difficult work. Maybe putting up boundaries where I need to put up boundaries. I see you, but you can go sit in the corner. What else? What else? Ace of Swords. And with that comes an epiphany. Aces always bring new, and the Ace of Swords brings something new from spirit, directly from spirit. Swords energy is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The mind. There is something, there's that red color. Again, you're not just going to have an epiphany. Like, yes, you're going to have an epiphany, and that's an amazing thing. Like a revelation about the world, yourself, your life, your circumstances, how you created your circumstances, but I feel like you're taking it one step further. Now there's going to be strategy. Now there's going to be planning. Then there's going to be action, right? And you're seeing like 10 steps ahead. This is what I see. You're like really looking at something 10 steps ahead. And I get a clarifying card for the Ace of Swords. What is this epiphany? You got the 10 of Cups in reverse. 10 of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Typically, this card is all about abundance, bliss, happiness, emotional stability. You got this card in reverse to describe the epiphany. So remember this scenario I was pointing out earlier when I said, oh, is somebody criticizing the fact that you wanted to move out, move away, move jobs, move situations, and somebody was criticizing you for it. And something in your intuition said, yes, I have to go. I want to take a risk, take a step. Spirit has presented a brand new opportunity to me. You know, maybe it's because you realized that somewhere along the way, the definition of what happiness was has now morphed into something different. So I'll give you a personal example. I went to a lot of school, like a lot of college. Like I wanted to become a college professor. And for all intents and purposes, I have a lot of credentials to do that. Or I could have done that. And then one day I realized that I have no desire to be in a classroom. I love learning, but I have no desire to actually stand in front of a classroom and teach. Ironically, this was the epiphany I had when I was in my 20s, so decades ago. So I went to all this schooling, I paid all of this money to then just have the epiphany that the thing that I thought was going to make me happy was not the thing that was going to make me happy. And that was kind of a rude awakening. But I figured it out. I knew what I didn't want to do, so then I had to figure out what I did want to do. Right? And that could be kind of a, you know, there's something here that you're like, I don't want that anymore. That isn't what, or maybe you got a taste of it. But the reason I figured that epiphany, I had that epiphany, is because I actually got a taste of it. I actually found myself in a classroom setting where I was teaching. And God bless teachers, because I don't know how you do it. Ironically, now for my day job, I do a little bit of teaching here and there, just very sporadically. And it is satisfying, but it's not like being in a classroom environment, right? So bless our teachers. Bless our teachers, right? For so many of our teachers, it is their calling. Thank goodness for that. But there's something here for you that just no longer strikes your fancy. You have the right, we have the right to change our minds. And it just seems like, Taurus, this is what you're doing right now. 7 of Pentacles, precisely. You're looking, though, at the investment. 7 of Pentacles is all about planting the seeds and watching them grow, and the investment that you put into something. And now you're wondering, gosh, was it worth it? That's the 7 of Pentacles in a nutshell. Was it worth it? I will have you know, this is just a personal preference. I hate this combination of colors. Green with red and pink is like, I just can't. I can't. For this particular kind of pink and kind of red and kind of green, it's just very off-putting to me. It's very nauseating to me as a reader. And that's how it feels. Because it's this idea that, okay, I have the epiphany. I figured out something I used to want, I don't want anymore. But oh my God, I've oh, I've put so much money and time into it, and people have expectations of me now, right? You know, it's like for the longest time, I told everybody I was going to be a college professor. I was going to teach art and critical theory, and I was going to do this and this and this. And then when I didn't end up doing those things, it was, you know, nobody, I mean, I'm very thankful that no one actually got on my case about, nobody got on my case about it. But, you know, it was tough. It was tough to reconcile that. And you could be doing that right now. Just like wondering if you should go in a different direction because you've already invested so much time. Maybe there's this feeling like, oh, does that make me a quitter? No. The star, this is Aquarius energy, major arcana, number 18. This is wish fulfillment and healing. See here, this is the kind of after effects of a person. It's almost like you're leaving all that behind. Remember how I told you that the high priestess was using that energy from the devil to her advantage? You know, this feels like darkness. I'm going to take that darkness and I'm going to add some starlight to it. I like that. That's classy. I like that a lot. Going to add some light to the scenario. You're becoming multidimensional, that's for sure. What does that mean? It means you're jumping dimensions, you're jumping timelines. Right now, in this very moment, you're doing it because you're going to make choices that benefit you, not in a selfish way, not in an egotistical way, but in a way that feels true to your calling, whatever that is. Can you tell me more about the star energy, Spirit? Six of Cups. Could be something having to do with your childhood. Maybe there was something in your past that you loved, that you were fond of, that you used to love to do. So if you're like, this is just an example. Maybe you're, maybe you're, I don't know, a hotshot investment banker. I don't know. I'm just using that as an example. Nothing wrong with that. But maybe when you were little, you used to love to draw. You loved drawing. It was your passion. And maybe you find yourself in meetings every day and you're just drawing. Yes, you're paying attention, half paying attention, but what you really want to do is draw. So maybe you want to quit your job and you want to go draw. This is just an example. I think you catch my drift. Recapturing something that used to fuel you and motivate you and doing that thing. I'm going to pull one card of advice from Spirit to close out this reading. And of course, Spirit gave me 3 cards. Sorry, 4 cards. The 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. The 8 of Pentacles can often talk about a workplace scenario. And you got that in reverse. The King of Swords, somebody who is an authority, boss type figure. Page of Cups in the reverse. And Temperance. Major Arcana, number 14, it represents Sagittarius energy. So this is your advice from Spirit. I specifically asked for advice. This is what I see in these 3 cards. Take it as it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, this is not your reading. This is, look at the color palette. They're very similar, right? This is some scenario that if it's not work, it's a place where you invest the majority of your time. Like, how do you spend your day? There's somebody in that orbit of that day who isn't a, I don't read this as your energy. I read this as somebody kind of who has a hold over you, a chokehold perhaps over you. You may feel responsible to that person. So it could be an employer, it could be a parent, a guardian, a benefactor is the word that they just gave. And somebody, I feel like maybe did you dirty, took advantage, owe you an apology and you're not getting one. This is what Spirit's advice is. Temperance. Be patient. Keep doing what you're doing over here with the epiphany that we have given you, right? About what somebody may have told you is going to make you happy versus what will make you happy. Right? If you are an investment banker and you said, I'm going to quit and become a cartoonist or a painter or whatever, I guarantee you, because people are a-holes, somebody would criticize you straight to your face and tell you that you were some choice words. Because they wouldn't be brave enough to do something like that. I don't know what this is, Taurus, but at this time, this is Spirit's, look and see all these like warm tone cards. The two major, the three takeaway cards have blue themes to them. Okay, I want to point that out. I also look at the images. I don't just look at like what the card means. Spirit's advice to you is be patient. You are shifting one thing into another. The Temperance card shifts from one state to another state. Maybe literally going from state to state, but states of energy, states of being, states of consciousness. And to protect whatever it is. So it's almost like don't tell everybody your ideas. Don't tell everybody your plans, because in that kind of made up scenario, the investment banker turned illustrator, you start telling people those ideas, there are going to be more and more and more and more people that are going to oppose it, that are going to tell you you're silly, that are going to call you crazy, call you whatever, because it doesn't fit into the definition of what success looks like to them. It doesn't matter what they think, it matters what you think regarding your own life. So don't tell people all of your plans, just do what you need to do, right? Harm to none. This is not about manipulation, nothing like that. It's just about you following your bliss and whatever. Maybe it's the reverse. Maybe you're an illustrator and you're just like, I really love numbers, I want to go into investment banking. The reverse may be true in that scenario. Do your thing. That's your reading, Taurus. Again, this is one of the longest readings, and I was like, oh, it's going to be a short little bonus reading. Nope. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. I am offering a limited time 2024 personal forecast reading. If you'd like to sign up for one of those, please visit my donation/services page on my YouTube main channel. Thank you so much, Taurus.